Second video of the day, I went down to turn the water system on at our family lodge. Well, it normally takes about 2 hours to get the water system running and get the water running to the lodge and to the bathrooms. It's now been 6 hours since I had to start working on the pump itself, take it apart, free up the impellers, and get it back running. I'm picking this video back up where I'm ready to take the pump and reinstall it in the pump room. After that, I'll prime the pump, get the water running, and then we'll get the bathrooms up and running, and then I leave it there. Normally I would get the water running back to the lodge, but by that time we'd been there 8 hours and I was just too tired. I didn't want to make any mistakes. So this is the second part of the video. Another reason for barrels, buckets. They make good seats when I need to go down low and save my knees. See if I can set this up to where you can watch. Yes, I'm tired. I can only get one side, so. I'll get this tightened down, and then I'll hook the electricity up just to make sure before I go through all the trouble of tightening everything down, putting all the pipes back on, that everything works. And if you can't sit on the bucket, you can always use it as a table. There we go. Now if I can reach back here. Screwdriver. Now I can sit down. This is a pressure box. This is what turns the water on and off. This is a pressure hose coming from the tank. It's set right now to turn on at around 30 pounds when it gets 30 pounds or below, and to turn off when it gets 50 pounds. So we carry 50 pounds to 30 pounds out here. Tie down. Try to tighten that one up. Use it for ground when I was doing the dead man switch. Give myself one more room, get this insulation just inside. There we go. bit so it won't spin so easily. Before I get too carried away, make sure I got enough wire for everything. Get the ground wire connected, and the ground screw. There we go. I'll get the common up here. Down the common. Tighten down the ground. And now put in the hot. You notice I looked over my shoulder just to make sure that the switch was off. You can never be too careful around voltages, even 120 volts. Because this 120 volts has 20 amps. That's the circuit that I've got running here. Before I put that on, here we try it. Oh, the difference in sound. For your information, this screw right here, this set screw, if you need to adjust the pressure, you adjust that set screw by taking this off and adjusting it. I don't suggest anyone else here do it. I got it 30 to 50, and unless you're exactly sure what you're doing, you're going to end up screwing it up. I'm sure there's some of you that don't know how to do it, but oh yeah. Put the outlet hose back on. I need to go get my 3/8 inch socket. Just put it up. Couldn't remember what I used it for. And I do. See if this is the right one. Oh yes, 5/16. I want them real tight, but I don't want to cut into the pipe too much. Now, put the input pipe back on with a primer. You might think that I'm not going to have time to
do the grass in back, but I actually took off and did the grass in back. But I got frustrated with this. When I get frustrated, I can make mistakes. So I took a break, mowed the grass, let that wear me out and take out my anger. And that cleared my mind about going ahead and taking a pipe apart. No way, I've got another rotation in that. Now what do I do with the 3/8 inch? Can you tell me? You probably saw what I did with it, but I don't remember. There it is, in my pocket. So small, I didn't feel it. Originally I had a clear plastic pipe on the input too. What I didn't realize is the sidewalls are not that strong, so this is basically sucking water in, and the vacuum was causing the pipe to collapse. So when I did this plumbing a couple years ago, I replaced the input pipe with the rigid black pipe. I haven't had any problems since. Sometimes my good ideas do not work out. There we go, we're on the level. Now we can go back to priming. Open this up, insert water. Probably going to need to go get some more. You can hear the air bubbling out. I need to get a refill. I shall return. And we're back. I'm also frustrated because I dropped my new camera. And I'm filming with my phone. I think it's full. Yep. Let's try this. Trying to pump water. I thought that was, oh, that's on. That needs to be bypass. Now, you can see it's sucking water in. Fill this up again. If that sounds a little different to you, that's how it'll sound when it's actually trying to draw water. So it's trying to draw, but there's still too much air in it, so I'm going to start putting more water in it. This. Sound though, sound like the bathroom's running. It's still it's pulling air in, getting all the air out of that pipe all the way out to the lake. Can take a while. Pressure's going up just slightly. Still trying to get a lot of air out of the system. Back up to about 4 pounds that time. We're slowly getting all the air out. Nice thing is, the impeller's running. pounds. And then drops to 0. Still pulling too much air. Let me go. 10 pounds. Usually I'll have the bathrooms hooked up by now, and it'll just start pumping to the bathrooms, and that helps it get the air out that way. But nothing's hooked up right now, so it's just pumping into the tank, and that's it. Make sure all the bathroom faucets and or shut-off valves are shut off, and then I'm going to turn on the hose faucet. You can see there's nothing connected here. Should be off. That's now off. Finding my key. Hopefully it's not as out of focus every time as what it was looking on the screen. Righty tighty. That shutoff is closed. The tank shutoff is closed. That shutoff is closed. Now I'm going to turn on the water to the bathrooms with this valve. It's on bypass. It's not coming off a zero right now. So we'll pour a little more water in here. Some big bubbles came out there. We have to go get some more water. Building up like it was before, so I'm going to turn this off and go get some. I'll set you up where you can watch the pressure valve and see what it does as I add water. It's still sucking in. You can see it's trying to pump. Where sometimes when you let the water out, it forces the air out and builds the prime. So we'll see if we can get this to work. Pumping the air out. Real milky, so it means it's falling in some of the bleach. There we go, it's primed. It's slowly going to build now. Oh, it's building a little. Really need to do one of those. I'm going to go ahead and put that on to at least stop the water from leaking out there. Put that on, tighten it up, fill it up with water. Off to 20 pounds. out, and again bleed the line with the hose faucet. Hopefully that gets rid of the rest of the air. Listen to the air coming out. We might have done it. Let's see what the pressure looks like now. At least the pump is running. Oh yeah. 40 pounds. We're going to jump. I got that just about 50 and I'll should turn off. There we go. Now I'll hook up the toilet. Okay, I got the toilet tight. Turn this on now. No leaks there that I see, but the toilet is starting to fill. Not as bad as you'd think after the whole winter. Let this fill up and we'll flush it a couple times. And I'll get the pump to run. I'm waiting for it to fill up. I'll hook up the faucets. Notice I take the cartridge and the aerator out, so I have to wait to get that before I do anything. See that milkiness? I think that's the, we're still drawing some of the bleach from the pipe. There's still a little air working its way through the pipes. Let's go ahead and hook up this toilet. I may be able to set you up where you can watch me here. Why do I disconnect the toilets? This one, a couple years ago, I had to replace the pipe because just a little bit of water sitting in there froze up and busted the connector. So now I disconnect them in the winter. Keep that from happening. Water running there. Got water running. Now I'll hook up this sink. And all I'll have left to do is put the aerators and valves in the faucets, and I will be done, other than cleaning up, which is a mess. I'm going to take the pump apart. There we go, you can see it's just above 30 now. Nothing succeeds like success. Now we're ready for the faucets to be fixed. First of all, in that little black and yellow box with the parts, there will be these stored from last year. This is the parts. There'll be 2 bags, one for each of the sinks. The other thing in that box are the tools you need. There's a little key for the aerator, and then there's also a hex key for the knob. These are just held on easily like this. Try not to break the sink. This is the cartridge. I usually spray these down with WD-40 in the spring or in the fall. I'm going to get some WD-40 and spray it before I put it on. This water has so many minerals in it that when it dries off, when the parts dry out over the winter, they end up getting deposits on them. That is about as, these were brand new last year. The other ones lasted what? From 2008 until last year, so about 13 years. They're about 40 bucks. You push that down. Take this and just put it on hand tight. Now the water should shoot out of here a little bit. When I do it like this, alright, brought some air out. And it should turn off automatically after 10 to 20 seconds. And it is. Now, get out the aerator. Here's the retainer, an O-ring, and the aerator. I got it started without the key, but to get it tightened, you're going to need the key. There we go. Now there's no dripping water. The only thing left to do is to put push knob on top. You'll see there's a hole here. That's the other tool. That's the hex key. There's a hex screw in there. Get that into the hex screw and then just turn until it's somewhat tight. Now it's on there. There we go. The other one's just alike. So south bathroom is working. You can adjust the spring inside of that so that it runs a little bit less, but that seems to be good for now. Well, bathrooms are functional and the water's running. I've got it turned off now since we're getting ready to leave. There is no water to the lodge yet. I ran out of time and patience and willpower. The retiree burnt down the pile. We twigs. She got the front lawn mowed. I'm glad I mowed it last week because it is getting thick and tall, and there are no, I'm saying it again, no goose poops. Oh, I needed to get this stapled, and I never got around to that, and I'm not going to bother with it now. See, the lawn's looking pretty good. I started working on the water, and the pump was frozen. And I tried everything I could to get it loose without taking it apart. So eventually, I lost my patience, and I mowed the back, burn off some frustrations. Like I said, the cherry tree is starting to blossom. The red bud still looks nice. The water's flowing a little bit better, even though we had another 2 inches over the weekend. And the lake is down probably another inch. So at least it's headed in the proper direction. Unfortunately, I think that's about as far as it's going to go. I think we still got about an inch or 2 inch obstruction in there. I dug out the gravel here trying to get the water to flow, but it's still stopped up. Grass isn't as thick back here, but it is starting to thicken up, and it was fairly tall. Back by that tree there, I planted some black-eyed Susans. I'm hoping they come up. Dave, our neighbor, came out and was mowing at the same time. He takes care of most of that on the other side of the ditch. It really saves me some time. It is just a beautiful day today. It's after 6 o'clock. We've been here over 8 hours, and I can feel every minute of it. We killed one carpenter bee, and there were 2 others flying around. So the carpenter bees are starting to come to life. Connie cleaned the south bathroom. She swept the kitchen floor, and she swept the pavilion floor, so they're fairly clean. She put up the you can see that box is the new fan to replace that one. Someone, I believe, and I don't know this for sure, but I'm sure it's got plastic gears. You cannot manually change the position of that fan. I have a feeling someone tried to change the position and strip the gears, and that doesn't work at all, other than straight down. I uncovered the tables. Everything's locked up. She swept the floor, and I believe John's coming in next Tuesday to power wash everything. The utility room is a mess, as am I. When you hear him talk about the old guy that was disheveled, this is what they mean. Yeah, I looked in the mirror as I was washing my hands a while ago. I did not intentionally make myself look like this. This is what 8 hours at the cabin trying to work on problems does. I set the clock a month ago, and it's still not blinking on the stove, so I think they've got their energy problems solved. The retiree's waiting for me in the SUV. I'm going to get me one more Diet Pepsi for the ride home, and then we're out of here. Until the next time.
If you're enjoying these videos and would like to get notification when I publish the next one, then go below and hit the subscribe and then click on the bell to get notification. If you're enjoying the video, then give me a thumbs up if you like. Until the next time.